Hey everyone, Lensman Oz here and welcome back to Encrypted. Last episode we got, what did we do? I think we automated the blaze rods, did we? Oh, I don't remember. What I'd like to do this episode is set up a little bit of automation to make sure that we've always got our ingots, and then I'd like to start looking at doing something in the way of power. So I've got a couple of the recipes in here, so some of this stuff, the basics for power. Because I'd like to at least, and I know I've done it in another series, but I'd like to at least replace these with fernators until we can get a reactor set up down here. Because power's going to be a problem soon. Well, maybe yes, maybe no. I'd also like to get a few more electric setups here. I'd like to change some of these into factories. And then instead of using the charcoal here, we can use the power. We'll work on getting the iron furnaces. So at iron furnaces, they have this whole wireless power, I believe, from memory. Uses power instead. Oh, maybe that's a different mod I'm thinking of, but yeah, I'd like to make sure that we can run them on power, and that'll be a lot quicker because the factory augment. You can see here, right click to insert an augment, converts the furnace into a factory. So you can run multiple things through in one hit. I think that might be a cool little bonus to this, and then switch it out for powered instead. To be able to do multiple things at once, because once you start pushing things through here, it gets backlogged pretty quickly. I just threw a bunch of osmium in here for giggles. In between episodes, I filled up my storage disk, so I've had to do a bit of cleanup. Literally just disconnected the drawers for a second there and moved some of the stuff out. A lot of it is dust. A lot of it is some of these ore dusts. So starting with that, let's get into something. I think the quickest way for me to do this would be to get an interface. I don't know why I did that. I've got interfaces set for autocraft. I have an interface, please. That's probably going to take a moment because it will have dumped some stuff in here. Where'd you go through there? Cool. Yeah, osmium, good. So it's just doing some silicon. Here we go, now we've got the processor coming in. So it should probably drop into this one. Okay. Getting there. Some more processors. Yep, so let's pop that out of there. Nice. Alright, so once we get the interface, I want to set it up with some patterns to always keep certain things in stock. I think I might need a few more patterns. But if I write in ingot, I'd like to keep a couple of things. And again, I set up the thing to convert into dust for a reason. So obviously we're currently running tin dust at the moment. Tin, silver, apparently. So yes, I'd like to set up the interface. Hello, are you done? Do I have an interface now? Interface, yes. Cool. So let's see what the best way of doing this would be. Kind of want... Sounds a bit funny. I've got an idea in my head of what I want to do. And I'm not sure if it's properly going to work. I'd like to set this up so it always keeps a certain amount, or at least a stack of each material in it, so we always have that available. But I'm not sure if that will then, if I then have to put like a storage bus. This sounds funny, but I can make it so that we always have a certain amount of things in stock. Yeah, I've got some ideas. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to activate it. The other thing I want to do is, that I did was I got a 4096 fluid storage block. It's 20,000 full of essence. I just hooked this guy up so that it outputs into a fluid storage, a fluid interface. You're still set to run. Are you still running? Not spawning? You should be spawning. There it goes. You can hear him. Maybe. Anyway, it's meant to be making blaze rods. Oh, I've got 12. Why do I have 12 blaze rods? Did we get up? Anyway, cool. Well, we'll work through that. Oh, that would have started off too because I disconnected the drawers. Would have been smart. Got 3 stacks. I'm going for 4. I set 256. All right. Let me look into this. Well, one of the things I wanted to do obviously was set up some of the alloys. So let's look up bronze, for example. So if I want to make bronze blend, it's this. So that's going to be a recipe. And I don't know if it matters which bronze comes out. Maybe. Did I do the thermal? Thermal bronze, maybe? I don't know. Maybe that'll work. If I pop that in there, bronze dust. And then if I want bronze ingots, it's going to be a furnacing recipe, right? Because we've already got Invar and steel here. I set up an Invar pattern. Yes. So this is the idea. I want to get one of these guys to always have these available, and then I want... Let's test something. I'm going to need some cable. Have some cable, please. Thanks. If I pop this guy down, and again, this is going to be like rough and ready, right? Just need some power to it. If I set you to always set, let's just write invar. Actually, I'm going to go with bronze. All the ores. So we may have to change this. Bronze dust. Okay, cool. It's smart enough. So if I want bronze ingots, bronze ingot. Cool. And then I can pop that in here. If I ask this to always keep one. No, that's not how we work it. Goodness me, I thought there was a way of rolling this up. That's it. So I want to keep 64 in stock. This should have kicked off to start making some bronze. Where the hell's me I'm going? Or do I need to put, I probably need to put a crafting update grade in, right? If I type crafting. I'll find it in a second, right? Oh, there it was. That guy. I'll make one of them. Did I already set that up for a craft? No, I didn't. I'm shocked. I want one of these. Cool. Things are still crafting. Getting there. Getting it slowly, everyone. Just need a little bit more. Let me do that again. Okay, so this is a crafting upgrade. So if I get this and pop it in here, this should have just gone, cool, I want to make some bronze. And it'll be dropping the bronze dust in here. And one of these will be smelting up to make bronze. Is it making the right bronze? Not really. Why are you making Mekanism bronze? Ugh, terrible. Why is it making Mechanism bronze? Should be making... Alright, well what happens if I grab a crafter? Grab a basic one. Otherwise we're going to have issues here, right? Because this is making all the bronze in the world. Stop picking stuff up. Oh wow, having a great day. If I put this in my inventory, will it switch? No. Ooh. Take you out of there. Are you actually making a crafter? No. Oh, it's already made. If I take this again, I might change this out. Let's do that. Pop him there and then put that recipe in there. Ooh. What do we get if we put bronze up in there? Can't even convert it. I need like a library thing. Cool. Should this be now making it? Okay. We're getting the right one. Yes. Alright, so you pulverize that. Maybe we'll get the bronze blend back. Yep, cool. Alright, awesome. Thermal bronze. Oh, and I'm out of power. Can you see why I want better power, everyone? Why am I out of power? Are you out of power? No, you've got heaps of power. Do you have... You're good. That should go up and connect to the... Why are you out of power? Here. Yep. This is pulling 8,092 every tick. I didn't break that cable, did I? I'm not sure of. You don't need to be here anymore. Unless it did. No, it's connected directly over there. Yeah, odd. Part of me wants to connect this guy to the system. Why are you without power? Can't be because this guy's using it all. Surely not. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of investigating. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I think the furnace up there was pulling all the power. I ended up upgrading the cable here, the upgrade on this to a diamond one, so it's pulling out 32,000 Forge Energy Tech, and that sort of stopped the problem. So yeah, we've now got this set up. I put an external storage on here. It may be a little janky. I don't want to end up with like a looping problem, but hopefully this works. But it still gives us the ability to have uh, bronze, invar, etc., all sitting in here, available for. Goodness me, lots of problems here. I'm gonna take these up and pulverize, not pulverize them. Just smelt them. I think I was almost done. So yeah, I can now set up multiple recipes in that guy to have that material on site at all times. I'll move this to somewhere else in the base so it's hidden, but this was again just a stopgap to test the theory. So we'll get our couple of materials there. Let's look at making a couple of these fernators so that we can, produce a little bit more power before we push into making power reactors. We do need to go to the end at some point too, so I think that's going to be an upcoming episode. I feel we need to probably disassemble a bunch more stuff and get more chemicals here, and then make ender pearls, etc., and get ourselves to the end. I did do a little bit of a change to something I set up in the nether. I think I showed this on camera. I set a little builder quarry in here. It's not massive. It's only a couple of chunks here, just so I could get some netherrack. This is full now. It's got 200, almost full. I've got it outputting through here and into nearest first. Go nearest first, so it'll push netherrack in here. Once the draw's full, it'll dump it in the bin. But we're getting all sorts of neat stuff. We're getting a little bit of ancient debris, blackstone, nether quartz, some dimensional shards. So some decent things here. A bit of food. These things are cool too. I don't know why I'm getting end stuff in the nether, but this is a burning material. It's a coal equivalent. So except that one burns a lot faster. And this again, I can't remember if I showed this. It's just a Mekanism pump, pumping lava into a magmatic, which is powering both of them. So it'll go here first. I haven't got any set up in here, but it provides power here first, and eventually I'll have to move it. But for now, it's working, generating power, and running our little quarry here. Again, nothing super fantastic. A few bits and pieces. I don't know why. Keep clicking on the draw system and losing things. But yeah, so just something small to be able to get stuff for us. And the thing is, one of the materials I'm going to need does come from netherrack. So to make the ender pearls, for example, does come from the netherrack. So, running it through the disintegrator is going to be needed. But we can just bring this over here for now. All right, let's really quickly make some power stuff. I'd like to go out to power. I'd like to make the little energizing orb. So can I make this? Just glass and one of these dielectric casings, which is still being crafted. Apparently. Are you crafting it? No. Crafted it yet? No. Apparently didn't want to make it. Make me one of these, please. Okay, so there's our energizing orb. And then, as I said, I'd like to do some fernators to start with. So this one puts out 20, this one puts out 80. I need to get to at least hardened, and I'd like to push to blazing. Now that we've got blaze rods automated, to an extent. I'd like to go all the way through to that. So let's make a starter fernator. We're going to need I need a furnace. Ugh. Let's get that. Get blazing at least. I'm going to need some of these. And should be okay for the moment. So let's get the starter. We're going to need press cobble, furnace. Okay. I need this. Apparently didn't make these small ones. That's not what I want. Let's get rid of you. Got a bunch of stuff here that I don't need. Do this again. Missing blaze powder. Okay, let's teach it blaze powder. So that's, I probably need another crafter. Again, just a regular basic crafter. Let's get one of them going. Because what I will do is grab a blaze rod. And I will do use of the blaze rod. I want the one that's a pulverizer. And then I'll get rid of that. And that. Cool. One blaze rod, 3 blaze powder. And then all I'll need is the crafter. Upstairs on the pulverizer. Rotate you. Cool. And you need to be set to input on top, output at bottom. And then you can have this one. Cool. So blaze rod away. Still trying to make this guy. Be waiting on. It'll be waiting on blaze rods. There we go. Cool. So that's a starter fernator. Get rid of that one. The basic is just one more step up. Start. Done. Cool. There's the basic. So that puts out 80. And then if we want to go to hardened, we're going to need some energized steel. So we need to set up. You know what? Can I have like 10 of them for us? Take half of them. Cool. Let's make a starter rod. Okay. Cool. There's the rod. Let's go straight to a basic. Okay. Nice. Okay, so then all we need to do is set this guy up to be able to make what we require. That'll be steel and what is the not hardened. What am I thinking of? Energized. Energized steel. 1 gold, 1 iron, and 10,000. That cool. So they don't want you there. I want you to. Really? you're not? Why can you not connect on there? It does not like that power cable. All right. Can I put you on there? I'll set this to. Can you see it now? Actually, nope. Okay. Oh, there's always a way, right? Cable. We get some of the power cable. Cool. What if I put? If I take you, this here, and connect. Good. Let's put that on there, and then let's go this guy here. And you. The bottom. Output. We need to definitely get this going. You got power? Okay, so I need some gold and some iron. And we need to make at least 9 at least 9 of these. And that'll get us up and running. So we need 5 crafts because I'm pretty sure you get 2 per. 6, 8, 10. Cool. And as I said, let's get one of these furnators running. I need some of this. Cool. We get pop that in there. It helps if I hold down the control. I need large capacitors. Capacitor. Two of them. Try again. Cool. There is a hardened burnator. As I said, this guy will output 200. If I get rid of him, put him down, he's going to produce. Where's my wrench? Building 256 a tick. Using 200. It's going down, but I'm hoping that we're getting more. Yes, it's going up now. Excellent. So this is now producing 200, and if we can push a little bit harder to get to the blazing ones, that'll produce 800. So let's see what we need for blazing crystals, and then I'll pick the hardened one back up. So it's 90,000, and a blaze rod gets one of them. And obviously we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to need 9 of them. 9. And I think this is pretty much where I was with the other pack. in terms of power, because it's a great little system, very much a powerful idea. It's just like gone, 40,000 stored, zap, and obviously we will destroy our power by running this. But as I said, once we can get that running, we'll be producing 800 a tick. And we're still using carbon. We shouldn't burn through too much. So that's one blazing crystal. No. And I've just lost any power there. You'll lose your progress if you accidentally place something in there. So I'd like to get a couple of them. And look, I mean, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we had 5 at 120, so we were producing like 600k. And then I can replace it with this one. So all of these guys can be replaced by one, generating 800. You can see why it's a benefit to do this straight away and get straight into trying to get to that that next level of power generation in power, and hopefully producing enough. Maybe I can even make a second one and then start working. Now, once I get power stable, I'll start working on the reactor, which will probably sit there. And then we need to look at getting our uraninite processed. Right, so I'll finish making this guy in between episodes and plop him down. Probably replace all of these guys with the one. And that'll be my screenshot. That might give it away a bit. Maybe a screenshot will be something else. Maybe this. But until next time, thanks everyone for watching. Comments down below. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. Bye now.